So the G20, created in 1999, is part of a reflection of this. This is to say that the world can no longer rely on just having global decisions made out of the US, made out of Europe, and made out of Japan. A broader suite of countries need to be having a say in truly global decisions.
So there is clearly a need for developing emerging markets, developing countries' voice to be strengthened. We originally had the G7 process, which was ignored much of that. And China is playing a very responsible role in looking not only to bring in the voices of the emerging countries within the G20, but also to represent the countries that are not in the G20 within the G20 process. And that, I believe, is very clever and important, because the legitimacy of the G20 in the longer term will depend critically on whether it represents most people in the world. And if there are those who are disenfranchised in this process, then clearly great dissatisfaction could arise. So I think the idea of China being well placed to stand between the advanced countries on the one hand, the emerging countries and the developing ones is an excellent task for it to have taken on.
A broader suite of countries need to be having a say in truly global decisions. This means the emerging markets. This means the Chinas, the Indias, the Brazils, the Russias, and South Africas. But this also means what we call middle power countries. These are the MICTA countries of Mexico, Indonesia, Korea, Turkey, and Australia, from where I'm from. All these countries, these MICTA countries are all regionally significant players. They all play a very important role in the regions that they're based in. And this is why the G20 plays a very important role in the world. It comprises 85% of the world's economy. It takes up 80% of world trade, and it's about 2/3 of the global population. This is a significant share of many big, important economic variables. And so the recognition that the countries like China don't have a significant say, and having the right group of countries sitting around the table making decisions that might be able to might be able to correct this imbalance, this political imbalance.
There is no doubt that the representation of developing countries, including China, in the current international institution is very low. And it is absolutely legitimate by China and other BRICS countries, of course, to increase their role at the global level. You are to some extent doing that, of course, to economic growth. So, to the extent that we are willing and able to do so, of course, we, as a Western country, should also recognize a bigger role for BRIC countries in the Bretton Woods institution, and we should also participate in your own initiatives, for instance, including also the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank.